Oliver Owl's outlandish outing. In the heart of whispering woods, where trees told tales and moonlight danced on leaves, lived Oliver, a young owl with an insatiable curiosity. Unlike other owls who were content watching the world from their perches, Oliver dreamed of adventures beyond the woods. One evening, as stars started dotting the sky, Oliver made a decision. He was going on an outing, an outlandish one, to see what lay beyond the familiar. He started by visiting the neighboring meadow. Here, he met Melody, a mischievous mouse who loved to sing. "Come," she chirped, "let me show you the symphony of the stars." As they sat together, Melody pointed to the sky, where each star twinkled in harmony, creating a celestial song. Oliver was mesmerized. Next, Oliver soared over Silver Stream, where he encountered Finn, a playful fish with scales that gleamed. Finn introduced Oliver to the underwater ballet. Schools of fish swirled, dived, and leaped, their movements echoing the rhythms of the stream. Oliver's journey then led him to Golden Glade, where the ground sparkled with golden sand. Here, he befriended Daisy, a deer with antlers adorned with shimmering crystals. Daisy taught Oliver the dance of dawn, a ritual where animals gracefully moved to greet the new day. As night deepened, Oliver realized he had experienced a world full of wonders in just one outing. But there was one more stop, Starry Summit, the highest point in Whispering Woods. Reaching the top, Oliver was greeted by a sight he'd never forget. The entire woods, his home, spread out below, bathed in a soft, silvery glow. He saw the meadow where stars sang, the stream that held underwater ballets, and the glade that glittered in gold. And amidst all this, the countless trees of Whispering Woods stood tall, their silhouettes telling stories of ages past. Overwhelmed, Oliver realized that adventures weren't just about exploring the unknown, but also about seeing the familiar with new eyes. As dawn approached, Oliver made his way back home, his heart full of gratitude. The Whispering Woods, sensing Oliver's return, rustled in joy, the leaves creating a soft, welcoming tune. Upon his return, Oliver became a storyteller, narrating tales of his outlandish outing. The young and old of Whispering Woods would gather around, their eyes wide with wonder, as Oliver spoke of stars that sang, fish that danced, and glades that glittered. And so, in the heart of Whispering Woods, the legend of Oliver Owl's outlandish outing was born, a gentle reminder that magic and wonder can be found both far and near, in the vast unknown and in the comforts of home. The magical mystery of Mr. Momo's mansion. In the quaint town of Quiverbrook, where roads twisted like twirling ribbons, and houses stood tall with tales of their own, there was one mansion that was the talk of the town, Mr. Momo's mansion. From the outside, it looked like any other grand old house. But inside, it was said, were rooms that rotated, stairs that skipped steps, and doors that led to delightful dimensions. Yet, no one had been inside for years. The mansion's owner, Mr. Momo, was an elderly man rarely seen outside, and tales of his magical mansion were passed down from generation to generation. Lila, a girl with a head full of dreams and shoes that never stopped exploring, was utterly fascinated. Every evening, after school, she'd sit on a wall opposite the mansion, hoping for a glimpse of its magic. One day, as she was sketching the mansion in her notebook, the grand door creaked open, and out came Mr. Momo. He looked just as Lila had imagined, tall, with a cloak that shimmered, and a long, silver beard. Spotting Lila, he walked over and said, "I've seen you here, day after day. Would you like a tour?" Lila's heart leapt with joy. She nodded eagerly. As they entered, Lila was awestruck. The foyer had a floor made of clouds, and she felt like she was walking on air. Mr. Momo led her to a room where the walls were painted like the sky, and every so often, a painted bird would fly off the wall, turn real, chirp a merry tune, and then settle back as a painting. They walked through hallways with floating lanterns, visited a library where books narrated their stories, and even stepped into a garden where the plants played hide and seek. But the most magical of all was the room of reflections. Here, mirrors didn't show your reflection. Instead, they showed your dreams, your hopes, and occasionally, whispered words of encouragement. Lila stood in front of one, and it shimmered to life, showing her as an artist, painting the world with colors of joy. "Believe in yourself," the mirror whispered. As the tour came to an end, Lila, with stars in her eyes, turned to Mr. Momo. "Why did you show me all this?" Mr. Momo smiled. "Every child in Quiverbrook has dreams and magic in their heart. Sometimes, they just need a little nudge, a little magic from the outside, to believe in the magic within." Lila hugged Mr. Momo, promising to keep the magic alive, not just in her heart, but in the hearts of all the children of Quiverbrook. From that day, once a month, Mr. Momo's mansion opened its doors to the children of the town. They left with dreams brighter, steps lighter, and hearts fuller. And Lila? She became Quiverbrook's most cherished artist, painting not just on canvas, but on the very soul of the town, reminding everyone of the magic they held within. Glistening glade of the gentle giants. In a realm untouched by time, nestled between rolling hills and endless meadows, was the glistening glade. Here, the sun painted golden strokes, the wind sang lullabies, and the stars played peekaboo with the trees. But what made the glistening glade truly special were its inhabitants, the gentle giants. They weren't just any giants, they were made of crystal clear water, reflecting the beauty of the world around them. Every sunrise saw them glistening in a symphony of colors, and every sunset bathed them in a soft, rosy glow. Young Ivy, with her hair the color of twilight and eyes full of wonder, lived at the edge of the glade. While others in her village were hesitant about the giants, considering them to be mere legends, Ivy's heart held a different belief. She was sure there was magic to be discovered within the glade. One morning, driven by her unwavering curiosity, Ivy ventured into the heart of the glade. As she walked, the grass whispered tales beneath her feet, and the flowers nodded in acknowledgement. Reaching the center, Ivy encountered the gentle giants. They stood tall, their watery forms shimmering, their eyes soft and kind. Hesitantly, she approached them, and to her surprise, one of the giants knelt down to her level. "Hello, little traveler," the giant's voice was like a babbling brook, soft and musical. "I am Galia." What brings you to our glistening home? I wanted to know more about you, Ivy replied. The village speaks of your magic, but they've never ventured close enough to see it. Galia smiled, a ripple of colors dancing across her form. We, the gentle giants, are guardians of this glade. We are born from nature's tears, and we reflect the beauty and emotions of the world. When joy fills the earth, we sparkle. When there's sorrow, we gently weep. But always, we stand tall and protect the balance of nature. As the day wore on, Ivy and the gentle giants shared stories, sang songs, and danced beneath the canopy. Ivy learned that the giants held wisdom from ages past, tales of harmony, and dreams of a future where all beings coexisted in peace. It was time to depart, and as Ivy turned to leave, Galia handed her a tiny crystal. This, she said, is a droplet of our essence. Whenever you seek guidance or just wish to remember today, hold on to this. Ivy held the crystal close, feeling its cool comfort. She thanked Galia and promised to share the true tale of the glistening glade and the gentle giants with her village. True to her word, Ivy narrated her adventure, dispelling myths and weaving a tapestry of wonder and respect. The village, once fearful, began to visit the glade, each person finding solace, wisdom, and magic in the company of the gentle giants. The glistening glade no longer remained just a secluded marvel, it became a sanctuary of learning, dreams, and unity, all thanks to a curious little girl and her giant-hearted friends.